When it comes to terrorists in your country.
Yeah, so terrorists are those that use violence and threats of violence to achieve their political goals, and that's by definition what a terrorist is. Now, in terms of identifying who they are, I would think that the intelligence community within Israel and within the West in general would do a very good job of identifying who these people are. This is why when the terrorist beepers were going up, giving a whole new meaning to the term blowing up my pager. You didn't see these in the pockets of civilians. These were not shopkeepers whose beepers blew up. These were terrorists. That was one of the most genius things that I've ever seen happen, where there was a very specific tactic used to target and destroy terrorists.
But I do have one little question on that, and then if that same intelligence agency that you would say would do a good job identifying them, what do you think went wrong for them to be able to have the strength or the ability to identify them coming into Israel, but couldn't identify the October 7th attack incoming?
I think there was security failures, and I think everybody in Israel would acknowledge that. Defending your homeland is something that requires 24/7 vigilance. There was definitely some mistakes made. What I can also say as an American is that you can have the mightiest military, the best intelligence in the world, and if you have a committed enemy, they can wreak havoc on you. And so this is why there's a committed effort now to take these terrorist groups out. If you look at what the declared goals of the war are, it's to end Hamas and it's to free the hostages. So if you think about that, right? If somebody's saying they don't like what the IDF is doing, what they're saying is that they disagree with the goals of the war. The goals of the war are to free hostages and to end a terrorist group. And so then you get people like B-Master that come in here that want to make you feel that that somehow these guys are freedom fighters. It's fucking crazy.
So the only thing that I would say is don't listen to 95% of what Roger says about me. If you're curious about my personal views, please ask, because 95% of what he says is just
Okay, Bima, is Hamas a terror organization?
Of course. Hamas is a terrorist organization. If any person has harmed other innocent, peaceful people, yes, absolutely. Okay. However, I will also say that that's the question. That's the real question. Historically, it did October 7th happen in a vacuum? No, we know that. We know. You could ask Israeli Harvard professors, Jews who write on this topic, who I'm sure don't have great information about all the other topics and conflicts of the world, because their main focus is one particular topic. Okay, but I digress. So anyway, my challenge to the Palestinian not being a people and all this other stuff, what El Normo said earlier, he said that when I had mentioned that the Arab Congress was asking the British multiple times for them to be able to have their own nation state, and it was rejected over and over and over. El Normo said, no, well, you know what? There wasn't even a Palestinian at the Arab Congress. And I looked it up. I am reading through the actual papers, the actual reports given and presented to Winston Churchill, the report of the state of Palestine, presented to the Right Honorable Mr. Winston Churchill by the Executive Committee of the Third Arab Palestine Congress. This is in 1920. Okay, the people that they were all not only Arab, they were families living there. Some of them were also Muslim Christians. Okay, but they were all people of their places that they've listed were Gaza. Let me see, Jaffa.
Can I cut you off for a second?
There were multiple areas within Palestine within Palestine